I think it was intentional.
Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to the Post-Apocalyptic News Radio, your only source for latest goings-on in the little corner of the post-apocalyptic wasteland we call home. It is 7:17. We're 17 minutes behind schedule. Mostly my fault. But we are live for some Dungeons and Dragons adventure. I am here with Mr. Pilot, Miss Bean, Ash, and Chef. They have all waved individually, not knowing that I left the PANR Gif running in order to preserve my internet connection.
You stretch it out like that.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I think it's hilarious. So I'm having some slight issues with my connection, so I've killed my camera, and instead of watching the camera feeds of everybody, I've just got the PANR GIF that Ash made, which, by the way, Ash you did a phenomenal job on this. I've just got that running instead.
Yeah, that looks great.
Switch it with the one with the light.
I'll download it soon.
It's in your DMs. You just
I can't switch it now. It's too late. We're live.
If you make him download it, his computer might crash right now.
Yeah. my potato might die. I can't. Anyway.
God, isn't streaming fun?
Yeah, it is. It's great. Good time here. Let me just unzip my sweater. It's getting hot. All right. So last we left off, for an in-depth view of everything that happened, we're going to take a peek into the memory of Bella. Bella, what happened last time?
Last time on the Forsaken Souls? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Alright. Last time on the Forsaken Souls, Bella and the rest of the party had decided to take a long rest after being exhausted after many hours of trekking, fighting, and running for their lives. Upon taking a short rest, while inside of the dragon's hoard, as it were, Bella fell asleep. Alastor, I believe, took first watch. Nothing too development with their skills of shadowmancy, as it were. From there, Alastor decided to wake up Bella and let Bella take their watch. Not much happened on Bella's watch. She proceeded to get some very nice velvet cloths, as it were, from the chairs being destroyed, and proceeded to wake up Ketud. Upon waking up Ketud, she noticed that a trap that she had set nearby the entrance to the dragon's hoard had been somehow disarmed and completely removed. On this, she swung round Ketud and decided to go into defensive stances in an attempt to see if she could find anything that was about the room. Searching around, she found nothing, and so, deeming it quote-unquote safe enough after seeing all the magical shenanigans that had happened in the past, she decided that it was a good idea to get some sleep. Ketud, however, on the other hand, on his watch, heard the movement of coins and managed to find himself. Something had entered the dragon's hoard without them knowing. And so, looking around, he couldn't necessarily find whoever had entered the room until a shadow befell Ketud. Behind him, a massive floating eye with multiple limbs, eyes dotting the creature. Ketud kept his cool for the most part and managed to attempt to strike up a conversation with said creature. Find that it was nothing more than an illusion. And finishing his shift, as it were, he decided to wake up Nephylia. Upon waking up Nephylia, and attempted to interact with the creature again, only for them to find it was illusion as well. From there, their watch, very much watching out and being very careful and being observant. Upon Alastor realized that the creature was there, and Bella as well. Ketud pointing out to Alastor that the creature was indeed not real, only for Alastor to touch the creature and it to be solid. After much debate, Bella decided the most logical solution, and so she did, only to find that it was made out of paper mache. Moving the instance of paper mache outside of the monster, it again was simply just an illusion. Upon hearing the jingle of coins moving, Bella decided to test out a theory of hers and called out to the gnome god that, and lo and behold, she found herself at a pile of coins, which she pulled apart and made wreaths tumble down. Wreaths having finally been himself and struck up a conversation with the party. It was a short conversation, but an enlightening one, and so away. Finding themselves now outside of the illusion again, Bella and Ketud decided to scout ahead in an attempt where cultists that they and in an attempt to disguise themselves. Finally, with some kobolds, as it were, Bella managed to fool the kobolds, however, Ketud did not, and so it became a problem. Ketud to run in a direction, and so Ketud did. Bella, in an attempt to kobolds, as it were, gestured for them to follow, and they did, and lured them back to where the illusion was, where she managed to seize one and incapacitate it. However, the other one let out a piercing screech that had alerted the dragon. And in such short a time, Ketud to give them just enough time to escape out of the illusion and somewhere into the dragon's lair.
And this
Dun dun.
is where we are. A dragon looms in the haze. It knows where you are and it's coming. You've done what you can. You've fled, you've hidden, you've watched in horror. I need initiative rolls from everybody.
$15.
Ketud, Alastor, Nephylia?
I got 21.
I would advise you type it in the D&D chat just so we can have it written down.
14.
Bean, was that a natural 14 or was it modified?
My modifier.
What's your modifier? Ash, what's your modifier?
Same.
Oh, doesn't help at all.
All right,
That means
Ash.
we have to reroll.
Yeah.
It's just, you keep the 14. It's just the figuring it out.
I swear to God, I just got a 14.
It's
Well, I
fine.
got a 21 this time.
Okay, so Ash then.
So Ash then Bean.
All right, cool. Let me grab my dragon description. There's a thunderous flapping of wings, and the haze clears, although not entirely. Enough, just enough that you can make out the terrible visage of that which stalks you in its own cave. Its eyes are hollow and empty, as if of shadow. Its maw, which splits the beast's head in twain, emits a green haze unending. Its claws ooze green ichor that melts the floor as it drips, with holes that are connected by swirling shadow and wings tattered and torn. Its back half is still obscured by the haze, though the silhouette of another face looms beyond. Only piercing yellow eyes can be seen of it. There's a deafening roar as the dragon's maw opens. Your ears are ringing as it charges forward, very, very quickly, towards that illusory wall. Alastor, you see it so very clearly coming for you, and for you as well, Nephylia. Ketud, what are you doing?
You cut out
So
there. Did you say Ketud and Nephilia?
Alastor and Nephilia.
Okay.
It's charging towards Alastor and Nephylia. Ketud, you have initiative. What are you doing?
How far away is the dragon from me? Since I ran in the opposite direction.
About 30
30 feet? Okay. How far away is the cave wall?
The cave wall, it's roughly 40 feet.
Okay.
I assume you mean the illusory wall where it's heading, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frick. I'm going to create another minor illusion. I'm going to move 10 feet close to the wall. I'm going to try to stay stealthy if I can. Does going into stealth take an action?
Stealth is an action.
Okay. Oh, I can't do that then. I guess at its feet, I want to make a minor illusion. And can I do an illusion and a sound at the same time? Does that work or no?
With minor illusion, you can do one or the other.
Dang it. Okay. Oh, frick. This stinks. Shoot. God. I don't know what to do because the Ketud does not in very this happen. Frick. All right. Get 10 feet closer to the wall, to the illusionary wall. He's not going to stealth because he can't make the same action in the same turn. He's going to hope that the dragon doesn't see him. Right, he's going to hope that that's just enough. He's going to go to the cave, and he's going to make the minor illusion of a kobold coming out of the cave wall and pointing in a direction behind the dragon, like pointing like that. It's going to be kobold comes out of it in terms of the minor illusion, and then it's going to be pointing behind the dragon. Go to see if we can trick the dragon to turn around. That's my idea.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do, Ketud?
No.
Bella, what are you doing?
Right. From the last time. How close is the nearest wall to me?
You ran at top speed. You ran to the clear opposite end of this cavern. You are against said wall.
I'm not gonna move, and I'm going to stay in stealth. I'm going to pop a knife around the corner so that I can kind of see the dragon. Action. Just minorly.
Alrighty. You said you are in stealth. Can I please get a quick stealth check from you?
Yes. I forget what it was last week, but let me see here. Where's my stealth? There it is. That is going to be a 15 plus 5. That's a 20.
Cool. Anything else from you, Bella?
What's up?
Anything else?
No. Actually, I'm going to hold my action, as it were.
All right.
Because I'm using my bonus action.
Yes. What is the action you would like to hold, and what is its trigger?
Let me see here. I'm going to... You know what? I'm not going to hold an action.
All
I
right.
don't have stuff that I can do that from that range, at least.
Yeah, you're like 150 feet away. I would be
the
impressed.
Dragon or from the wall?
From anything that's going on right now, he's gone. Bella is just not there.
All right, this is some good knowledge right now, sweet.
Yeah. Alastor, you see this monstrosity barreling towards you. Ketud told you this was a black dragon. This is no black dragon. This is something much, much worse. What are you doing?
I need to know exactly how far away I got because I used 30-foot teleport and then I started running.
All right.
That was last time.
That's right. You did teleport out. So I'm sorry. Nephylia is the only one that this is charging towards. That's my mistake. So if you teleported 30 feet out, you would have teleported adjacent to the dragon, but then proceeded to continue running for 30 feet. So you are 30 feet in the opposite direction of the dragon is charging.
Yeah, because Alastor went in the same direction as Bella because he was just not dealing with this.
That is a fair reaction.
He's learned is bad, and that is a death. Turn, I would probably just keep running. They're the no spell. Just run.
All right. Now, Alastor, you continue to run. You run as quickly and as far as you can. 30 feet, but you press on. 60 feet. I assume you use your action to dash.
Most definitely.
You move 60 feet. The dragon is 90 feet from you, but reasonably, you understand that 90 feet to that monstrosity is nothing.
Yeah, that's a fingernail. It's fine.
And Nephylia, you are alone in this small cave that led back to the treasure room. This dragon is charging directly to you and you alone. You have 2 dead kobolds before you. Your friends are gone. What are you doing?
Has it made eye contact with me? Like, does it know
Yes.
where I am exactly? Okay. If I look around, what is the closest line of like cover that I can? I guess that's small enough that the dragon's not going to be able to immediately follow me into.
The best piece of cover you can see. The hallway is clear, save for the 2 dead bodies before you, but there is a staircase leading down behind you. That is the only thing else in this room.
You just cut out for me. I'm sorry.
That's the only other thing in this room is the stairway leading down into a trapped hallway into the treasure room.
I don't think.
Sorry, I was gonna say directly, not necessarily behind me, but in front of me into the cavern. Basically, where the dragon. Do I see any cover that might make it hard for the dragon to get around, like a smaller nook or something like that?
There are a few rocks and a few places that you can kind of duck into the wall. Although this thing sees you, it's locked on to you. Hiding would be difficult.
Okay. Huh. And I assume it disregarded Ketud's illusion.
You don't know yet.
Okay. I am. How far away is Ketud's cover?
Ketud, that cover was behind the dragon, correct?
I don't know. I just know that I ran in the opposite direction. I don't think anyone knows where I am.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right now.
Nephylia, you have no idea.
I guess the only thing is to retreat back into the cavern. I mean, it's too big to go that far back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so I can't think of anything else to do.
Alright. And so you retreat further back into the cavern. All throughout this place, echoing across the rocks, you hear the clattering of spears, the clanging of swords. You can hear whispers in a draconic language. They're cultists. You don't know how many. But they are mobilizing, they're moving. They know you're here, though they do not know where. They are intent to find you. The only one who is certain of anybody's position is the dragon itself, who continues forward towards Nephylia. You watch as those piercing yellow eyes behind, they move. They move towards Ketud's illusion. They look at it quizzically for a moment. Ketud, what is your spell save DC?
What is it? It's 14.
You hear a sort of hissing sound from those eyes as they pierce that illusion. You don't know if it saw through it or not, but it is definitely upset. The dragon continues forward, reaching the illusory wall. It looks, knowing it's much too big to fit in. Its maw splits in twain, and the oozing haze thickens. It inhales deeply, and you watch as a thick mist of green explodes from it and starts filling the hole where Nephylia is. Nephylia, I need a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 4.
All right. As this green haze fills the hole that you've retreated into, certain that the dragon could not follow you, you feel your skin begin to burn and melt away. You watch as patches of flesh give way to bone, and your bones are burning as you take 41 points of acid damage.
Big rip. Neppy's dead.
Oh no.
The dragon turns and gazes towards the illusory cover once again. Ketud, you were hiding behind that, weren't you?
The illusionary cover? I moved 10 feet closer to the dragon wearing my cultist robes, and I casted the minor illusion spell.
Got you. Okay. I want you to give me a quick deception.
Okay. That's a natural 1, so re-roll that. That's a halfling. That's an 18.
With a natural 1, the dragon looks towards your illusion, and though you get the
I as a part of my species, my race.
No, the dragon got a natural 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With a natural 1, the dragon looks towards your illusion, and while you get the feeling he saw through that, he does not seem to pay any mind to you in your cultist robe, and instead begins charging forward towards Alastor. Next, Mr. Ketud. Hang up. You feel a hand on your shoulder. It's not a talon. It feels more human, almost like a halfling. And you hear a whisper in your ear. Boy, what are you doing? Ketud, it's your turn. What are you doing?
The dragon's not facing me, right?
It appears as though the dragon has turned its attention towards Alastor.
Okay. Is Nephylia officially dead with that 41, or is she just unconscious?
You don't know. All you know is you heard the screams echo through the cave.
Okay. Ketud is going sprint to the to where Nephylia was, behind the dragon, and get at the wall and see if she's okay.
As you start to run away, you'll remember that there was a hand on your shoulder. Give me a strength check to break that grapple. Or rather, to fight a grapple.
That's a 16.
With a 17, you are held for a moment.
All right.
Ketud, you can't. You have to get out of here.
All right. Ketud's just gonna whiz around and yell at them, or just tell them, "Let me go. Let me go. I gotta see if she's okay."
As you turn to face the one who's holding you, you see something most disturbing. An abomination of a creature. What was clearly once a halfling is something very, very strange. With black scales growing from flesh in patches, a claw in one hand, or rather a claw where one hand ought to be, a serpent's eye and poison-dripping fangs protrude from the mouth, with one leg missing, replaced entirely with a skeletal figure. The creature's visage is unmistakable, Ketud. You look at the face of your long-dead father, whom you've just yelled at to let you go.
What did you say replaced his leg you cut out there?
A skeletal figure, so it is naught but bone.
Okay, thank you. Oh shoot, my action was a struggle, and I'm still held in. Can I use my bonus action to just say something like, what are you? In like a disgust sort of voice, like in a,
The man looks at you with some amount of surprise. Ketud, you know who I am. Ketud, you have to get out of here. It's not safe.
Okay, Ketud, I think my turn would be over in those few seconds.
You do still have your bonus action, as speaking is a free action.
I just talk to this thing while the dragon's killing everyone, I guess.
Well, within
where's
reason.
the way out? Well, where's the way out then?
And as this man shakes his head, we take a look at Bella. Bella, you've just heard the screams of Nephylia, back from where you just were. They pierce your heart, and your stomach drops. There's a cold sensation running down your spine. What are you doing? Now that dragon is charging towards Alastor, you can see it, only just through the now thinned haze.
It's directly facing Alastor. Is it facing towards me, or is Alastor at like a right angle to me? Or how many...
Alastor's running in the exact same direction you were running, which means Alastor is a straight line away from you, and behind Alastor is the dragon.
How high up is the cave?
You're not sure the exact height with the thick haze that was. Looking up now, you can very faintly see the gray clouds that were. You know that this cave does not cap itself. But you also know that it is terribly, terribly high.
Here we go. All right. Bella is going to run and start climbing up the wall. So I have features. I have the second story work. Climbing no longer costs extra movement. Okay.
Well, you're a tabaxi, you have a climbing speed.
Yes. Tabaxi have the climbing speed, but also second story work makes it so that I can climb at, I believe I would probably have to make rolls if I was doing the 40 feet of movement with it. I don't know. I don't see Ketud, right?
Ketud is much too far away. You do not know where he is. You do not know if the dragon's gotten him or not.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna start climbing.
All right.
So 20 feet. I have my mobile feet. Would you say that my climb speed is increased by my mobile feet or not?
If your mobile feet increases your speed, then your climb speed should also be increased.
Yeah. Feet. And then when you use a dash action, difficult terrain does not cost you extra movement. Extra stuff.
As you pass 40 feet, the rocks begin crumbling. The wall becomes very loose. And it is difficult to move. Although you are an experienced climber, you know what you're doing. You can still move at speed. However, I do need a dexterity check.
So I can cut out there.
As you pass 40 feet, the wall becomes brittle. The rocks crumble as you grab them. Being an experienced climber, you are capable to continue moving at speed. However, I do need a dexterity check.
Okay. And of 30 feet, that doubles, so that's 60 feet plus another 60 feet plus another 60 feet. So I can get 180 feet up the wall, as it were. Where is my dexterity? Unnatural 19. So.
All right.
Yeah.
You're able to keep climbing. At 100 feet, the rocks are so brittle that at the slightest touch, they crumble into dust. It's very difficult to continue going, but you are quite experienced. You're certain you can keep pressing on. Should you choose to do so, I need another dexterity.
That's a 19, so 22.
You manage to keep going. And at 150 feet, the rocks are not dissimilar from loose patches of dust. You're just barely able to grab on as you continue past this point. If you choose to do so, I need one more dexterity check.
I'm not going past this point.
All right.
Above the vision range.
And at 150 feet is as high as you are then.
Okay. Up here, can I see anything around, as it were?
As you look down, it is difficult to see with the haze. I'm going to ask you for a perception check.
Yay, something I can do. 14.
You see a number of dots running around. You assume, though you do not know, that those are kobolds, the cultists. You see a few others that are... They appear to be tucked away behind some rocks. Well, surely those must be the halflings. There is one thing that needs no assumption. The dragon. You can see it plainly. It stands mightily. 50 feet tall. You worry that even here it would see you.
Jesus.
It charges quickly towards Alastor. And is there anything else you would like to do?
Used all of my movement, all of my actions and bonus actions.
Alastor. The Reaper of Death is behind you. You heard not long ago screams of agony. They were Nephilia's. What are you doing?
How close is it behind me at this point?
About 20 feet.
He cut out. I got about
20 feet.
running. Point as dark as it seems, Alastor will of his actions and turn around towards the dragon and just hold out his arms, accepting.
All right. And so, Alastor, you embrace the dragon. The kobolds continue to scramble. You can hear them in the haze, though they don't have the best vision to begin with, and they haven't seemed to have found anybody yet, though they are searching. The dragon, however, has no issue. Charging towards Bella, you see this plainly. You see Alastor has stopped, turned, and is facing the dragon, arms widespread. Your heart stops a moment as the dragon stops in front of you, Alastor, extends its mighty claw, and grabs you. You can choose to fight this.
You cut out.
I didn't catch what.
The dragon extends its mighty claw and wraps its talons around you, grasping you. You can choose to fight this.
Nah, no point in fighting. I can't fight a dragon.
And so you are grabbed by this Reaper of Death and lifted. You hear a thunderous beating of wings. And something peculiar, Bella. You see something on the back of the dragon, rather on the rear end of the dragon, where a tail ought to be, moving around, not unlike a serpent. And it turns...
You're cutting in and out. I couldn't hear what was on the back of the dragon.
Yeah, we can't understand what you're saying at this point. You're cutting in and out really bad.
Hang on. Can we kill cameras, see if that helps any? Alright. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It was fine. But Bella, from your vantage point, you see something peculiar. As the dragon takes Alastor, you watch something on the rear of the dragon where a tail ought to be. It is moving not dissimilar from a serpent's movements. As it moves, where the end of the tail, there is what appears to be two piercing yellow eyes. And they move and gaze clearly at you.
Oh, no.
And so does the head of this dragon. You watch as its jaw splits open. You see that green haze oozing out, and a loud roar pierces the ears of everybody in the cavern. Its wings begin to beat, and it takes flight. Moving very quickly in your direction, Bella. Next up. This abomination of a halfling removes his hand from you, Ketud. Ketud, you cannot stay here. You have to go. It's too dangerous. You hide with the others. The look of concern and fear in his eyes pierces you.
Ketud is going to just stare at his father for a second and think about what he wants to say. And he's just going to turn around and say, I'm done hiding. And he's going to run. He's going to start running in the direction of the dragon, which I presume is very far away. Because if the dragon ran 20 feet to Alastor, 5 movement speed, I'm guessing that he's still about like 30-ish feet away from me. So Ketud's going to try to run 20 feet, save 5 feet for last. He's going to run 20 feet to the what kind of spells do I have? He's going to call upon his Eldritch Blast and try to hit the face of the dragon if he can.
All right. You move 20 feet, and very quickly. The dragon, while it was 20 feet away, or rather at Alastor's location a moment ago, it has taken flight and is moving towards Bella. However, it is still very much in range of your Eldritch Blast.
Shall I roll?
Go for it.
That's a 7,000. Okay, let me see what my so that is a 13.
Chaotic energy swirls around your hand. You reach out, and a blast fires. It whizzes through the air, it whirls, but the haze is thick, and the dragon is fast. And your bolt strikes the side of the cavern wall. Small rocks and dust fall as it makes contact.
So you cut out a few times during that. So what I got is that the haze is thick, the dragon is fast, and I missed the dragon.
That's the short version, yeah.
I like yours better. Okay. Is the dragon directly above me, or is it like in the distance? Like
it's kind of like at an angle, like a 60-degree angle from you.
40. Post.
No.
Can't hear you.
This thing is...
I can't hear you.
This
The
is bad.
the dragon is at a 60-degree angle from you.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello? Is it?
why?
Am I coming
It's
through on
okay.
stream? Yeah, I'm coming through fine on stream.
Yeah, we just can't hear you on our stuff.
Discord
I gotta-
isn't being very nice.
Let me see if I can even hear you on the stream if you're cutting out that bad on stream.
Oh my good lord.
Oh, I just checked. I'm fine on stream. This is the part.
Yeah,
Mine's-
allocate more RAM to Discord.
Never.
um.
Oh my goodness.
Crap. Ketud's just gonna yell at it. Ketud's just gonna, you know. I don't want to use a curse word. I want to make up another funny bad word for it. Halflings say what's it? Hey, you moldy, green, stinky, dragon breath. It's me you want, isn't it? Well, come down here and get me.
Perfect insult. And so
Now
you
the dragon's crying.
like the-
hurl venom at the dragon. It continues flying towards Bella.
Yeah, I thought so.
Bella! This monstrosity, taller than a building, holds one of your friends in its claws and is flying with haste towards you. You understand that climbing higher will be quite difficult, though not impossible. You understand that below there are an unknown number of cultists. You don't know if your other friends are alive or dead. What are you doing?
I'm going to hold an action. Once the action is once the dragon is within 20 feet, I'm going to try to jump to it.
All right. That you can do that. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Let me see what I can do with my bonus actions.
You could accept your fate like Alastor.
An object.
Look, Alastor's not an idiot. Alastor knows when something's far out of his bounds, okay?
Yeah, I can't do anything as a bonus.
All right.
And I'm gonna try something stupid.
Go for it.
Oh no.
All right. Alastor, you are firmly in the grasp of the dragon. Your options are limited. What are you doing?
Probably just stuck in a state of shock because I don't think he expected to be alone. I think he just kind of expected acided or eaten alive. So the fact that he's alive is a bit confusing.
All right. And so Alastor is stunned in a state of shock. Meanwhile, the dragon continues its flight, directly towards Bella. Drawing ever closer, Bella, you watch. It's 60 feet away, 50 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet, go. I would like a dexterity check to jump off of the wall and grab onto something on the dragon.
Can I make it in acrobatics?
I will accept. Yeah, you know what? I will accept acrobatics. That's actually a better option. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I'm really glad that you said it's an acrobatics check post. That's a 19. That's a 24.
You press your feet against the wall, hanging on to, just barely, hanging on to one of the brittle rocks. You push off. You leap. The dragon seems a little surprised, but a sick grin comes across its face as you glide towards it. You reach out to grab onto something. The nearest thing is the dragon's head, and so you reach out and wrap your arm around one of its horns. You've managed to grab on. What are you doing?
Well, so is it still the dragon's turn, or do I have an action or a bonus action?
Well, it is.
And do I have a moment?
It is still the dragon's turn. However, I think, like Alastor, you've caught it off guard, and it's not quite sure what to do, and it needs a moment to collect its thoughts. So I'm giving you an opportunity to do one thing.
Okay. I'm going to use this opportunity to pull myself up and get a better hold of wherever I am.
All right. The dragon, having you on its head and not too pleased about it, begins thrashing about. Give me... I will accept your choice of either a strength or an animal handling check to stay mounted. And...
I'll take that strength check.
All right. It's going to be a little easier than it otherwise would have been since you have braced yourself, although this is still something that is going to be very difficult to do.
17 plus 1, 18.
All right. As the dragon's head is thrashing about, you're barely able to hang on. Your arms wrapped around its horn, you hold for dear life, because you know if you let go, a sheer drop of 150 feet would not serve you well. Your entire body flies off, but you're holding on just barely. And you manage...
It's very Monster Hunter-esque.
And you do manage to stay on top of the dragon, because an 18 is exactly what you needed. It was a DC 20. You braced yourself. I knocked 2 off the thing.
Thank you.
And so that is the dragon's turn. Ketud, you hear footsteps behind you. Well, not much a fighter, but... Ketud, I can't let you die alone. And your father comes up beside you. He has in his hand one blunt dagger. It's a little rusted. And he is pointing it at the dragon and hurling insults of his own. You fiend, you rapscallion, you scoundrel, your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
Ketud's going to smile as he hears a faint memory is going to fly through him as he remembered his father was always very and wit and dad jokes particularly. One involving the river and a flower, as a matter of fact. Does Ketud immediately recognize the dagger for something or no?
No, you gather it's probably one that he just found.
Okay. How high is the dragon from me?
The dragon is 130 feet above you.
Is there any like kobolds near me that are in my proximity, or is it just the dragon that's up there still as my immediate threat?
Looking around, you can see that there are some silhouettes of kobolds hanging around. They don't seem to have noticed you. Their eyesight is poor, and this haze does not serve them.
Okay. Ketud's going to try another Eldritch Blast, and he's going to try to hit the hand of the dragon where Ash is currently, or the claw on is being
All right.
kept captive right now.
All right. Roll to hit.
That's better. That is a 25.
Your father coming up beside you and, well, he's not much help, he's doing his best, has inspired you. You look at this dragon with a new sense of determination to save your friends, to perhaps help the man beside you, and a swirl of chaotic energy forms around your hand once again. You hold out your hand and it fires with a greater force than I think it ever has before, and strikes the dragon's claw. Roll damage.
As a very promiscuous, what's 9 plus the modifier? 4, so that's a very promiscuous number of 13.
It makes contact. The dragon seems unmoved, but you know you struck. You know that had to have done something. Is there anything else you should like to do, Ketud?
I'll just continue to throw insults at it, and encouraged by my father, start using some, more vulgar terms that my father never taught a good boy like me. I think one of the vulgar terms, like, you weed eater.
Your father looks at you, kind of, Ketud! Next up, Bella, you're on the dragon's head. You were very nearly cast away to certain death. What are you doing?
Bella is going to clamber up the side of the head and down to where its eye is. And she's going to stab it in the eye.
All right. You climb down towards the eye. Taking a look, you see that the eyes are hollow. Where eyes should be, there is a swirling black mist of shadow. And you stab it in the eye.
What? You cut out there.
And you stab it in the eye?
Yes.
All right. Roll to hit.
24.
And with your dagger, you thrust your blade into where an eye ought to be. The swirling mist of shadow envelops your blade, wraps around your wrists. You find it's very difficult to remove your hand.
You're cutting in right now, Post. I'm very sorry. I can't understand what you're saying.
You thrust your blade where an eye ought to be. The swirling shadows wrap around your blade and spread up your hand across your wrist. It's very difficult to remove your hand. Give me a strength saving throw.
Uh, 7.
You are unable to pull yourself free. And you see something dreadful. You feel your heart stop for a moment. As from behind the dragon, the head of a serpent rises. Where a tail ought to be, there is the body and head of a snake, whose fangs extend from its mouth, dripping thick venom. Its eyes are not like normal snakes. They are pure gold. They pierce the haze with ease. It looks at you, its forked tongue flicking in the air before opening its mouth. Alastor, what's up? Alastor?
Oh god. Why? Why am I still alive? Oh.
Because the dragon has a plan.
This dragon is freaking me out, bro. Maybe it'll speed up the process. Alastor is going to, knowing how futile it is, attempt or 3, depending on how many he can do in the current predicament, at the snake head.
All right. And so your hand begins to spark with fiery energy. And you manage to get out one bolt of fire. Roll for it.
That, my guy.
Hello? What did you get?
A nat 1.
And as the fire sparks and a bolt shoots off from your hand, you manage to hit the talon that is holding you. The grip loosens, and you feel yourself drop for a moment, almost like you've hit turbulence. But you are caught, and you do not drop. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No. No. And there's nothing else to do. I don't know what to do, man.
So you cut out for me again. You said that the claw loosened and that Alastor fell, but then what happened?
So it's almost like you hit turbulence in the air. Just real bad turbulence where it feels like you drop 5 feet. And then you're caught.
No, I didn't get that. You said it feels like you hit real bad turbulence and then blank.
It feels like you...
What I assume he's trying to say is it's like when you're falling asleep and it feels like you're falling and then you jerk back awake. Feeling? It's like
Yes.
he like go for a second and then grab me back.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Next up, the dragon.
Oh no.
Bella. You gaze with no small amount of fear into the eyes of this serpent. You cannot move. Your hand is stuck. You look down and you see the ground below. It's quite far, although it is getting closer as the dragon has turned to fly swiftly towards it. The dragon lands not far from you, Ketud. Perhaps 15 feet. And Ketud, you watch as the dragon lands, with its claw, it opens and slams down towards the ground. You hear a cracking of bones as Alastor, you take 47 points of bludgeoning damage.
Goodbye, friends.
Oh no.
Bella, that head, that serpent, weaves around for a moment and strikes towards you. Does a 23 hit?
Know exactly that it does.
Dude.
Oh.
And you take 32 points of piercing damage and 12 points of poison damage.
Oof.
How you doing, Bella?
I'm dead.
Freaking snickerdoodles.
Ketud, you watch as your father charges towards the dragon. The dragon looks down. Its maw splits open. Seamus pulls up his notes. And with a deafening roar unleashes its breath upon your father and upon you. Your flesh burns. You watch your hand melt, and you feel your bones begin to burn. Your father turns back to you. He looks so scared. His eyes are melting from his skull. And everything stops. The breath stops. The roar stops. The world around you, Ketud, goes black and white. You hear a voice. Mr. Ketud, I told you that it wouldn't be long before you had to decide. Now, the terms of my deal are very simple. I can get you out of here. I can stop this. I'll make known what I expect of you, but you have to accept the deal.
Can you guarantee the safety of my friends and I?
Oh, I'll get you all out.
So be it.
As you say this, your father snaps back into color. He's in so much pain. His body is melting. He falls and is nothing more than a pit of ooze. That ooze begins to coagulate, forms into a quarterstaff, which stands up on its own. It's caked in a black aura. It begins floating towards you.
Does it take any action just to grab it out of the air?
No.
Ketud's gonna... He's gonna grab the quarterstaff and look around for a minute. Does anything happen when I grab the quarterstaff?
As you take the staff, everything goes black. And then suddenly, you're in Farmer Wilkes's field. The grain around you, it moves in a soft breeze. You see your friends, Alastor, Nephylia, Bella. They're lying in the grain. though they do not move. The staff is in your hand, and your belongings are on you. You're clothed in your own clothing. You feel the weight of your backpack on you. The ebony staff you hold, you watch as a sickly green light appears across the wood, etching these words forever within. How could you so easily forget me? The world snaps to color, and you hear a deep gasp from all of your friends. Welcome back, guys.
I don't like this place.
Laps on the ground, just on his hands and knees.
Alastor might be breathing, but he's not in a good state. He's still got his eyes shut. He's not moving. He's just trying to figure out a pleasant experience to die. And
Am I still melting?
No, not any. No, not anymore. You're fine right now. Everybody's back at full hit points.
Terrible.
Yay!
What a it's.
yeah, no more melty bean.
Which, by the way,
Does that mean refried beans?
what's that?
Broke you down like that? Does that mean you made refried beans?
Oh no.
God damn it, Beanie. No.
I'm delicious in the burrito.
Oh my god. What's this?
No.
With a touch of aromatics because you're a genasi?
Oh no.
I can't even with you.
Just saying. Who wants some baked beans?
You're saying ghost.
Baked beans with acidic rosemary. That's delicious.
Cease and desist. Do we break post?
No, I'm still here. And you guys are in a wheat field.
Hey!
Farmer Wilkes' wheat field specifically.
Farmer Wilkes's.
Bella's going to stand up, or at least try to stand up. Her knees heavy, arms shaky, mom spaghetti. She's just gonna try to collect herself, dying for a second time.
I got you. Bella, as you stand up to collect yourself, you hear the unmistakable ringing of Silver Bell. It is not the one in your pouch.
I'm gonna look to where that ringing came from.
It sounds as though it's coming from all around. A singular chime from no discernible direction.
Bella's gonna look all about her. See if she can't see anything around that isn't Farmer Wilkes' field.
Nothing appears to be out of the ordinary.
Continuously chiming.
A singular chime. Just once.
Bella's going to pull open her bag, and she's going to look for her little silver bell that she had stuffed away in the sand.
It takes you a second, but you do eventually pull it out. Although the sand is not in there. You'll remember you dumped that out in the treasure room.
She's going to shake it and see if it rings.
You shake it, and it does ring. It is a calming sound in a place so strange and terrible. Everybody else, you watch as Bella pulls out a small silver bell and rings it once.
Normal.
First movement, Alice is checking the pocket in his vest to see if the wand is still there.
The wand is, indeed, still there.
Bella is going to look at the bell. Why are you taunting me? Why are you laughing at me? Why does it feel so good?
The bell does not respond.
It's like,
You okay there, Bella?
I'm to kind of look at very, very innocent and cutesy smile.
All right. Well, down.
Uh-huh. Is there anywhere away from the town that looks like a proper path?
What town?
Big rip.
What,
All right.
while they're, establishing that the town's not there, Alastor's going to stand and look around and just... The town? The town's not the problem here. Whoever's playing with us, toying with us, that's the problem. No matter where we go, things like this are going to happen.
It would just be nice to have some landmarks to be able to travel around with. But I think, well, whatever's playing with us is really having a good time. Aren't you?
How are we alive?
If I had an answer for that, I would tell you.
Turn to her and say, the bending of reality and our perception into make a quantum change that we perceive but don't experience but doesn't actually happen.
She's just gonna stare confused and go, "That's nice, dear."
Bella's got that psychotic smile on her face again.
She's then gonna look over at Ketud and go, "You alright?"
Kedu doesn't say a word.
She's gonna come shake at your shoulder. Hey.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you know how we're alive?
Suppose that's the grand archetype of this game now, ain't it? Whatever's messing with us, it continues to kill us and bring us back to life.
I guess
Not a
so.
very fun game.
No, it is not.
By the way, these aren't pokes at you, Seamus, and this is just character stuff.
No, I gotcha. I gotcha.
I wonder, once we finish everybody's game, what it will do with us.
Well, this leaves only one person left, I suppose.
And then we all look at Bella.
You hear the bell chime again. Just Bella hears it.
Look around. Bella's going to look around.
You see nothing but an endless field of grain.
What are you looking at, Bella? What'd you hear?
Sounded like a bell.
It's at this point where Alastor's going to extract the wand and point it in Bella's direction as he gets you what happened in your past that would be so traumatic that you're with us. Because I'd like to have a clue of what we're up against.
A lot of people died. A lot of people died from my hometown.
How?
It's a funny thing.
No. Fess up.
The dead killed them all.
Oh, good.
Zombies. Zombies next.
A little bit worse.
The tip of his wand is now against your chin. What
She's
is it?
very much shrinking back. You know how I said when we came back to life the first time? Necromancy?
Don't tell me your past involves a necromancer.
She kind of shrinks back and shrugs her shoulders.
Well, I've always wondered what it'll be like to be eaten alive.
Alastor throws his arms up, walking away so he doesn't actually hurt Bella, because he doesn't want to take his anger out on her. And he's just gonna start muttering to himself about how stupid this all is and turn back around. So, how powerful is this necromancer?
He killed everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone. I'm the only one.
Small world, eh?
He let me go on purpose.
Huh. I'll be damned.
Well,
Ketu's gonna
Was
stand
that-
up. And he's gonna look at Alastor and say, "Stop bullying her. Whatever it is, we can deal with it, I'm sure."
Bella
I'm
is
not
very
threatening her.
Bella is very nervously shaking.
Alastor's
her,
already turned away. He's no longer near her. He's walked away at this point. He's just trying to put the pieces together at this point.
Alastor, how far did you walk away?
Maybe 5 feet, 10 feet.
Okay.
If you're trying
Meow,
to talk
meow.
ghost, we can't hear you.
All I said was okay.
I heard, and then that was it.
All I said was okay.
Okay.
Well, what's next?
I guess we get moving. Bella's going to stand up. She's going
Which
to
way?
take one of her daggers out, and she's going to throw it up in the air and spin it.
All right.
The nose or the point aims towards is she's going to pick it up and she's going to start walking that way.
And so you do. You walk
What?
15 feet and hit a solid wall.
Ow.
Bella?
Hands against the solid wall.
Does Alastor see this?
If you were facing Bella, you watched as Bella ran into something, though there is nothing there.
Yeah, at this point, Alastor's just kind of running his hands through his hair, just angry, annoyed, all of the above.
Bella's going to put her hands against the wall and she's going to feel the wall and start walking alongside it.
As you put your hands to the wall, you watch as the air on the other side of your hands begins to disperse, almost like sand falling away. And you can see, well, you can see yourself staring back at you, almost like a reflection. Grinning. And I think everybody can watch as all the air around them in a 15-foot sphere begins to fall like sand. You're in a dome of mirrors. You can see Bella's reflection staring at her, smiling. You can, Ketud, you can see your own. It is standing as you would stand, as well as yours, Nephylia. Alastor, yours smiles at you.
Alastor!
Alastor's going to look at it and tilt his head sideways. See if it does the same.
It does not.
Neffy's gonna walk towards hers. Does it move as well?
Nephylia, as you move, yours moves as you move. It is your reflection.
I'm gonna look over at Alastor. What's going on with your reflection, Alastor?
I'm not completely sure. Bella, didn't this happen to you before?
Yes. Hi. She's going to raise her hand and wave at her reflection. She's going to slowly start backing away.
You raise your hand, and very, very quickly, her hand comes out and grabs your wrist. Give me a strength check.
What? Well, I couldn't hear you over. I couldn't hear you for a second. What check?
Very, very, very quickly, as you raise your hand, her hand comes out and grabs your wrist. Give me a strength check.
17. God, the dice are hot tonight.
You feel her starting to pull you in. One finger pierces the wall, but you manage to break free, only just.
Can I reach forward and grab her?
As you reach forward to retaliate, the wall is quite solid.
Bella's going to back away from the wall.
You back away, though your reflection does not move. And suddenly, you hear a shattering sound. Though nothing seems to change.
Chat.
You hear a shattering sound, though nothing seems to change.
Do we all?
Yes, you all heard it.
Neffy's gonna scan the perimeter of what she can see and see if anything's different.
It is an endless reflective bubble of wheat, with your reflections each in the sphere. But two of them are most peculiar.
I'm gonna walk towards Alastor's shadow. Eve at the shadow.
All right, you approach Alastor's shadow.
My character, Nephy, is gonna wave at Alastor's shadow and see if it reacts.
The shadow or the reflection?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Not the shadow, the reflection.
All right.
Too many different Alastors now.
There's 3 of them.
Yes. We'll just get that Spider-Man meme and just put Alastor in there. It's fine.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
So you approach Alastor, kind of get beside him as he hasn't backed too far away from the edge yet. You look at the reflection, and the reflection is grinning at Alastor, and you wave, though the reflection does not seem to acknowledge you.
Question.
Yeah.
I had the wand out. It's still in my hand. Does have the wand.
It does not appear to have a wand.
Bella is going to return forwards again, and she is going to draw one of her daggers. Not going to stab her mirror.
Say that again?
She's not going to try to stab her reflection. She's going to try to stab the mirror.
I got you. You move to strike the bubble that is holding you, this reflective prison. Your dagger strikes, though it does not pierce the wall. There's not even a scratch.
Bella's going to pull the dagger away. going to gesture to her reflection, kind of trying to wave it over, and she's going to put her hand up against them.
You wave the reflection over. Your reflection shakes its head. And it starts moving away from you and appears to be approaching the nearest reflection, which would be Ketud's.
Reflection of Bella moves on their own
towards
Ketud.
Yours. To your reflection, not to you.
Does Ketud in the mirror have the staff as well?
Yes. Your reflection appears to have your staff.
Okay.
Alastor, you mouth the words, "Who are you?" to your reflection. Your reflection holds out its hand. Its hand pierces the wall, as if to shake yours.
I think in this case, Alastor is going to signal to Beanie, Nephylia, and try to grab her hand.
I'd let her do it willingly. Let him do it willingly.
He's going to hold tight and just kind of whisper to her, "If I go forward, you pull me back." And he's going to attempt to shake hands with his reflection.
Strength saving throw.
It's on the right page. Too many pages.
I hope so. It's a 17.
As you go to shake your reflection's hand, it grasps yours tightly and begins pulling you in. It feels unnatural as your hand, your wrist, your forearm begin sliding through this reflective wall. It's so cold on the other side. Nephylia, you see this happening, and you do have a hold of Alastor's other hand.
I'm gonna yank Alastor back.
Strength check.
It's like the one thing I've gotten to roll today. Alright, 18 plus 1 is going to be... yeah, I don't have any other proficiency. 19.
You pull back, and it's difficult. It's almost as if Alastor's in concrete as you start pulling them out, though they are moving, and you do manage to break them free. Alastor, your hand is no longer in the grasp of whatever that entity is, although, looking at it, it's still very clearly holding your hand.
Ugh.
While I'm holding on to Alastor, I'm gonna motion over to Ketud. Can you check the perimeter? It's pretty clear. We're trapped in here. We heard something shatter. But I don't want to let Alastor go.
Sure. Ketud will look around to see if there's any difference in the reflections, like if it looks like something's not going back and forth.
Investigation.
That's a 19.
As you move around to see if there's any difference in the wall anywhere, you do find a point where it's almost like a gap. The wall breaks and you can go forward, although the land looks identical to what you stand on.
Stand by the opening and look back toward the others and say, "Get Alastor out of there. We can get out through this way."
Tug on Alastor's arm. Say, "Come on, let's go."
All right. And real quick, I need a brief intermission so I can use the restroom.
All right.
Thank you.
5 minutes, everybody.
We'll be right back as well.
Fabulous.
Chef, do you get up too?
Yeah, I probably will.
Okay.
I'm all alone.
I'm still here.
Yay, I'm not alone.
I'm just going through recipes now on mini cookbooks.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Hey, how long did COVID last for you?
Like 2.5 weeks ish.
Oh.
First week is bad, and the second week you just kind of feel like allergies, and then the last couple of days you're just kind of finishing hacking up stuff.
I haven't really been coughing, but I can't awake for. It's like I can't stay awake physically.
Yeah, the fatigue, the fatigue is real bad. But that does go away. I found that just taking naps was fine, and after a couple of days I started to feel better.
Cool.
By the way,
I mean, I haven't been confirmed, but it's a really weird coincidence if I don't have it.
by the way, Chef, last.
Chef left.
Oh.
I don't think he's still there.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
I was gonna say you were right. I rewatched the video, and I said, and you said, "Do you want me to head back to Alastor and Nephi, or do you want me to run in that direction?" And I said, "Person, yes."
I was watching that, and I was like, wait.
At least we not happen. It's not important. It's not a big deal. Don't talk about it. It's fine. It's fine.
I love being like absolutely just like, but that just slays me in my head. I'm going just like, oh yeah, this is gonna work out. So they're gonna follow him back to the others, or in that direction. Yes.
There's another point. I swear you told Bella, you like made a joke about them being a swashbuckler.
He did.
And I was like, wait, no, wrong character.
Do you remember what the context was? I'm sure I didn't do it on purpose.
I don't remember.
No, you didn't do it on purpose. I think
know,
they
you know,
did something. They did something sneaky or shifty or
Yes.
something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. This is the problem with us being the ones to do the recaps now. I don't have memory. So I can't give you a recap. I can't give you highlights.
That's why I write
remember
stuff down
like
in my
two
book.
things.
The dragon and we died.
Dragon and we died, but we're still alive. God, that was what gruesome way. I think Nephi died the most gruesome way. I'm gonna be completely.
I thought when you jumped to the dragon, I thought Seamus was gonna have the dragon just open his jaws and have
Yes,
you grab
I
onto
for
one
real.
thing, the
that was
tooth.
something that I was gonna just fucking be like, oh no.
Dude, I thought when Alastor just stood there, I was just gonna get stomped. I was like, just end me. Just end it now. I don't want this. No, I had to go and grab me and then squish me.
Okay, so here's what I expect. So when Ketud fired the bolt, I was expecting it to hit. Have you, Chef, realize, oh wait,
It's gonna fall too. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Alastor is 150 feet in the air. Oh no.
And
See,
Alastor weighs like 110 pounds soaking wet, my guy. If he falls, he's bone. He's crushed. He's dead.
So what I thought was gonna happen, right, is that the dragon was gonna kill all of you guys, and then the dragon was like gonna talk some shit to me, and so I had this entire little like spiel all ready to say to the dragon, right? I was about to legit pray to Zariel and be like, "Yo, all right." I had it all written down, so it's not gonna sound as nice as what I did, but I was basically just gonna pray to my deity and say, "Give me the power to rend this dragon, this fat snake." And then Post was like, "No, I already got you, man." Had me talk to by face to face, and I was like, "God damn it, that's square one,
Look.
goddamn."
I thought it was still great. I thought it was perfect.
Oh no,
But
it was-
dude, I knew we were gonna die. We were not surviving against the Dargon. That's not. No, it's not happening.
I think
I was
Post
really.
go around. You last so long, ironically. I think if you fought back, then you would have died sooner.
My
Probably.
I think I should have climbed up higher. That would have been more entertaining.
he would
Fallen.
have had you fall.
Yeah, I would have freaking taken the fall and just.
You would have fallen and
thought process when he was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I was like, "All right, well, it's already seen me. I can't use those cards that I was given, but because that's not going to make any difference. There, I run for cover and potentially expose anybody that's a general vicinity." He's like, "Well,
I was tempted, and I'm very sad to say that I was very tempted over to the halflings and then dip to give myself some extra time.
Christ."
That's
that would
how
have been
Bella
fucked up,
operates.
but like Ketu would be like, "Damn, dude, not again."
That's how Bella operates. I'm very sorry, but it is.
Oh. Though. Oh.
It would have been. I thought
Right
about it,
in front of
but
Ketud. Oh.
I thought better.
Post just
She would
like
have turned around and just been like,
Post would have been like, "Bella, change your alignment from neutral chaotic to neutral chaotic."
I don't
Care-
think
I care
genocide is neutral, my guy.
It's not genocide. I care about my.
Jesus, the babies.
Whatever happens to them, responsible for them. They're the ones who decided to hide there.
And the
I'm
dragon's
using
like,
my quote.
It's just like, a cat for dessert tonight. Excellent.
Exactly. I get away. I freaking start climbing using my freaking 180 feet of climb speed. Yeah, I probably fall because of the rocks.
Meanwhile, Post has been back and has been writing all this good lore down and ideas for the future.
Terrible.
Is he back?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No idea. He has no camera at the moment. We don't know.
Well, I got all my things back, guys. I got my little bag of. I have a little bag of sand too. In my backpack and storage that I first started off with. I have a
Pocket
few.
sand.
I have a few books. I have 2 potions of healing, and I'm happy where I started.
I lost
Why
my
is
pocket.
everybody-
Well, I mean, I honestly just kept a little bit of sand because I feel like Ketud would. I didn't bring a little bag of sand to like use as offensive. I brought a little bag of sand because he collected from his ruined town. It's literally like his ashes from his family.
Same thing, pilot. Thank you. God, I'm in a state
by
of
the
what do
way-
I do? I'm still in the grasp of this reflection thing. What do I do?
I'm very tempted to walk over and cut its hand off, but I don't want you to lose your hand in the process. So,
Alastor's elbow. Alastor's like forearm.
No.
but
Is that what I was writing?
But
down?
that's
now-
weird.
And still has a grasp of my hand, and that's the scary part. And I also don't want to attack it because this might contain a piece of me. It might be a part of my life force now. I'm very
It's like
scared.
Doll, you cut off its hand, and then Alastor loses her hand. Or
That's
his
why I
hand.
don't
Go
want to
over and
like
poke
cut it
its hand
off.
and see if she reacts.
To make the Harry Potter reference, it's a Horcrux like that.
Oh, by the
Well-
way, I apologize in advance for what happens next.
Apology not accepted.
Yeah,
No,
I
no
also
accepting the apology. Why am I the only one who had like the decent storyline? The
Yeah,
one that's like real easy to get around.
Yeah, the decent
You're
storyline that
consistent.
now, the decent storyline that now has Ketud permanently scarred in his hand for unknown amount of time.
Hey, that was your
I
own
think-
doing. You
I think
crawled into the dirty
being-
basement.
Ketud was just looking for his own shit.
Your shit wasn't gonna be in my old house. The fuck?
We didn't know this. We didn't know this lore. I didn't know anything about your background story. This is, like-
Crawling deeper
this is
into
our
the-
like 4th session together. Man.
I really
pieces were
like
still
that I can tune into my own stream while I'm in the bathroom.
It's great, isn't it?
Hashtag just bathroom thoughts.
Yeah, just hear you guys while I'm in there. It's great.
I can do the same thing with Twitch, so I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Anyways, woohoo!
Well, anyways.
Keep pulling on Alastor's arm, why don't you? And let's get out of this and get on to the yeah.
Bill's gonna run over to Alastor. Has focused on Mirabella.
One more time, you cut out there at the end.
Has she seen this happen, or has she been too focused on Mirabella?
You've probably been focused on your own reflection, as it is approaching the reflection of Ketud and is getting very near it.
Reflection isn't moving. I thought my reflection would have moved with me as I went to go.
Oh, it
find the hole
is.
in the wall.
It is, but she's
Okay.
following.
I was going to make the cross arm motion. Stop it! To Mirabella, shaking her head.
She looks at you, grins, and draws your dagger.
No.
While this is going on, I'm gonna keep tugging at Alastor and trying to get them to break the hold.
Oh, he is free. Alastor has been freed.
Oh, okay, so the arm is now gone. It's
No. It's a very peculiar sight. Alastor is broken free. He is intact. He is whole. And yet, that entity, in the wall, in the mirror, it very clearly still holds his hand, though his hand is intact and on this side of that wall.
Nah, I don't like it. No.
I'm gonna continue to hold Alastor. Go, come on, let's go, and head towards Ketud.
Alastor's gonna try to follow Nephylia,
All right.
but he's gonna
Well-
keep an eye on the reflection because he's now real not good. No, I can't word. Help.
Well,
Bella
while
has
we're
now.
approaching-
I'll let you finish first. I'm sorry.
Do we see Bella's shadow coming up on Ketud's?
You do see the reflection of Bella looking over now that you are no longer minding Alastor's. You see Bella's reflection coming up just behind Ketud's, with a dagger drawn and raised.
She's called to Ketud and say, "Jump through the mirror," or "Jump through."
Yeah, Ketud's going to turn around and see Bella raising the knife in the reflection. And Ketud, knowing that the gap in the wall is right in front of him, is simply going to walk through the gap. So that way is...
And as you step forward, you watch as your reflection, it still follows you. And as it follows you, it's like it comes across a corner at a point. Your reflection is now to the right of you, as well as to the left of you.
Okay, so you cut out there for a second, so now I'm in a hallway. Is that what I'm...
In a sense, yes.
Okay. In a glass hallway. Ooh. What's before me?
Before you is an endless stretch of amber grain. Surely the good farmer, Farmer Wilkes, he was quite the farmer. He took pride in this.
All right, before I move, I'm going to go ahead and call for the others and tell them to get in.
We're already running over there.
Yeah.
All right, you guys proceed on. The reflection of Alastor. Alastor, I imagine you continue to watch it, yes?
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on it. I assume you were asking if I...
Yeah. As you watch it, you notice that the hand that it holds, your own, ages so very quickly. It moves from the youthful hand that you have to and crumbles to dust.
After I watch it crumble to dust, I'm going to look down at my own physical hand. Is it still intact? Okay.
It is just as you know it. Taking a look at the back of it. Well, hang on, that's new. You've got a new freckle there. But that aside, it's fine.
Okay. I don't like it, but okay. Alastor's just gonna keep following with the rest of the group. Then he's a little weirded out. He's probably gonna report on this later.
All right. You continue to follow the group. You catch up to them in that mirrored hall. What are you guys doing?
You said it was a T handle, right?
I'm sorry?
You said it was a T shape. Oh no, is it just a long hallway?
It is an endless hallway. Endless amber grain extends before you and beside you in every direction.
It's like Children of the Corn, but worse. I don't like it.
Tempted to ask if you're gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at the mirror, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, that's on Ketud. That's
Yeah, I was I tuned into the stream so that way, because he kept on. I didn't catch any of that, like the hand getting old and the mirror thing, and I was like, okay, I need to. I can't keep bothering post and having him repeat everything. I'm just going to go ahead and watch the stream. That's one less person he has to repeat himself. The thing is, though, while I was doing that, I missed the part of you saying the endless field and still trapped in this hallway-ish sort of glass compartment, or are we now in the open?
Your reflection stands to the left of you and to the right of you. Before you is an endless stream of amber grain. Behind your reflection, either side, stands the same.
Okay. Ketud is just going to confusedly look at both sides and just keep on walking forward. While he's walking, does he see anything? Reflection?
As you're walking forward, I assume everybody's moving forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Ketud and Alastor and Bella. Did you come in last, or did you go in before?
I probably came in last, first to the far wall, because I was directly across from.
All right. As you continue on, the hall seems never-ending. The grain is soft and smells dusty, though it is quite beautiful. You can't help but notice, following just behind your reflections, you can see Bella, you can see Alastor in either side, chasing your reflections, both armed with a dagger.
Is there any reason why your reflection is following me with a dagger right now?
I'm just as mystified as you. Maybe we should pick up the pace.
We both know that you can outrun any of us in the party. I feel as though outrunning it is just going to make it catch up to us easily, and I'd rather to attack us.
Nephi is going to inspect the mirror and take out her quarterstaff and kind of like, you know how like you can kind of get a vibe when you like tap on it. She's gonna try and do like that to see if this is like something that's not gonna break, or
How hard do you strike?
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like
Maybe what?
maybe like a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10.
With your staff, you gently strike the wall. There's a soft echo that rings. The wall seems undamaged, unscratched. There's no blemish, no smudge. You can hear something else echoing. You can hear loud footsteps.
Where are the footsteps coming from?
You're not sure. They seem to echo. Though what they're echoing on, it's difficult to say, considering that, to your perspective, you're in an open field, though logically, you know that you are in a mirrored hall.
I'm going to... does everybody else hear it as well?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Guys, I think we should run.
Commence running.
And so you begin running. You run straight until you can run no more and run smack into a wall. Did somebody say mirror maze?
Nephy's gonna feel around on the wall in front of the left and right and see if she can find any opening just in the close vicinity that she's in. Like,
you search the near vicinity of where you are. You can find nothing. But while you're doing that, everybody else?
Is that a lead on for us to do something, or?
Yeah, what's everybody else doing?
Okay. You said. So I presume either we hit a dead end or we are on a turn. Would it be right to say that?
That is a logical conclusion.
Okay. Ketud is gonna feel out for the walls to see how wide the walls are. How is the walls on either side?
You reach out to try and figure out how wide of a hole you're working with. You gather you've got roughly 20 feet left and right.
The number didn't come through.
You've got roughly 20 feet to your left and to your right.
Holy crap, what the heck is this? That's a big freaking maze, jeez. Okay.
45 feet wide. Oh my god. No!
Alright, so Ketud is going to start walking along the wall, and he's going to keep his left hand extended, and only his left hand is going to touch the wall as he is walking around, if that makes sense.
I've got you. Which side of the wall?
Well, I suppose because we just ran into a wall in front of us, he is going to start in a clockwise motion, if you will. So that way his left hand is always touching a wall, and it's not across his body or anything like that.
I've got you.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just saying I got you.
Nephy is going to see what he's doing and take up the opposite side.
All right.
Bella is going to run over to one of the walls, and she is going to try to put a scratch in between where her reflection is and where Ketud is.
All right.
She's just going to try to dig her blade in and if that does anything.
This is going to be a very difficult check, but give me an attack roll.
Attack roll, you say? An attack roll with a natural 1.
There goes the...
You go to strike the wall to put a scratch in it as best as you can. You remember before where you tried to run your dagger in, so with as much force as you can muster, you run the blade into the wall, and you hear a sharp snap as the tip of your dagger snaps off.
Ouch.
It is still perfectly functional, it's just muzzle tough.
I only have one good dagger left. I can call it good, quote unquote.
Alastor, what are you doing?
Right. Oh, sorry. You cut out. I couldn't hear who you were addressing.
Alastor, what's up?
I don't know.
Okay.
Alastor at this point is just kind of observing what's going on while also trying his reflection because he's now real freaked out about it.
Alrighty. And so, Nephylia and Ketud, opposite sides of this hallway, you continue on, trying to find how to move on from here. All the while, you can't help but notice that your reflections are being stalked by Bella and by Alastor, or by some entity that has taken on their visage. And all the while, you hear loud, heavy footsteps echoing throughout this field. It takes you some time. You travel maybe 120 feet before you find a break in the wall, Mr. Ketud.
All right. Hey guys, I found a break in the wall over here. I think we should go this way. So before we do go this way, I want to tell you something I read in a book. It was having to do something about some kind of mythological animal, but this adventurer kept his left hand on the wall and went through the entire wall with his left hand until he got to the end. No matter which way you go, no matter which way you turn, as long as your left hand is on the wall, you will eventually escape the maze. So, if I may be so bold as to do this, I'm going to keep my hand on the maze and preferably keep walking because I don't know why your reflection is chasing me, Bella, but she really wants to give me that knife. And I don't really know why, but I'm not really intent on finding out.
Maybe you should start running with your hand against the wall and put
I don't want to get lost by myself, and I don't want to leave you guys.
Well,
yes, please. Officer Nephylia, come now. You have to hurry.
I don't know if we have all the time to do this.
Alastor is sticking to Nephilia's side. Where she goes, he goes.
Alrighty. I assume, Nephylia, you are taking Ketud's advice and heading through?
Yes.
Alright, and Bella, you as well?
Yes, I am following Ketud.
Alrighty. You pass through and, well, there are no discernible markings of anything changed. Everything is as it was before. You walk forward and very quickly, in about, say, 20 feet, hit a wall.
And when that time, does my hand go.
Does your hand do what now?
Does my hand that's been on the wall constantly, does it hit any breaks or any?
Gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So you walk through and you keep your hand on the wall as it turns. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. In that case, keeping your hand on the wall is really what I was saying is walking straight forward through that gap. You come to the other side of the hallway. But keeping your hand where the wall turns, you continue walking forward for quite some distance. Nephilia, are you still on the opposite wall to Ketud?
Yes.
Try turning off noise reduction if you have it on in Discord. What? Is that a thing?
Yes, it is.
What? Where is that? Where's that? Voice and video?
Go to your settings, user settings.
He doesn't even have to go all the way there. Where it says voice connected, there's a bunch of lines. Crisp.
It is off. Yeah, that's already off.
I'm just trying to see if I can help with this issue because it's fine. So I'm trying to figure out what the issue is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So we turn to this corridor. My left hand's still right.
Yeah.
And then you said that I come across another turn. You did come out somewhere.
Okay, so you follow the wall around. Your hand's still on the wall, and you keep going, following that. So it's almost like you've made a U-turn. Bella, you've got your hand on the opposite wall to Ketud, yes?
That's Nephylia has that.
Nephylia, yes. Sorry.
Yes.
All right. So, Nephylia, after about 50 feet, you find a break in the wall, opposite to Ketud.
All right. So what could you? It was just like turn.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just Ketud's action. He made a U-turn. Like he left until he basically turned back around.
Yeah. So imagine you're driving down the highway and you go to take a U-turn. You go around that median and. Yeah, basically that.
Okay, so he's basically he's in front of me then.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna you and point towards the. I'm not gonna make any noise, but I'm gonna wave and point towards the break that I found.
Ketud is going to keep on walking, and Ketud's going to say, "Hold on a minute. If you don't follow this strategy, then you get lost. We got to keep on following the left hand." And Ketud's going to keep on walking. Now on the Nephilia is, and does he walk up into?
Okay, so following that wall, you walk for another 40 feet, and you come to a point where the wall is at an angle.
Okay. No, out. Nephilia, I think we should go this. We should keep on going this way.
Mirror maze was a bad idea.
I'm confused then because you you came up to the same break that I'm at, correct?
I got it written out right now. Here. You want to see my little book?
A little cross handle.
So, from what I've researched, this is where, when I figured, this is where we spawned, right? We went down this hallway. Ketud started using his left hand, and he's going down this hallway. His left hand's still on it, left hand's still on it. He gets right here, and that's where the angle goes up, either up this way or down this way, whichever way. You are right here, right? You want to go this way. But if you go this way, then that's how we get lost. That's what Ketud is doing right now in his head.
Is that accurate, Post? What is going out?
Mirror maze was a bad idea.
Can you a rough sketch on like paint or something and give us an idea? Because like I'm trying to picture this, and I think I'm picturing something completely different than what other people are picturing.
I don't know if Seamus has a clear image in his head. I think
I
he's
have a
just
map.
guiding us.
No, I have a map. I have it drawn out. It's right here, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to describe it.
Why don't you just show us what we've seen so far? Is that possible? Can you like use?
Oh
a
yeah,
paint
yeah. No,
over
I'm
it?
on it. I'm taking a picture.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is good.
This is
I love
what tabletop sim with Fog of War is used for.
Gotta have the maps. Gotta have the maps. That's why I've been trying to like draw one out every time we do something, because I don't know if it's like, it's up to the DM's discretion, I suppose, to share this kind of information. But as I want Ketud to be, Ketud's backstory was that he did maps with his father. He didn't like get proficient in it, but he looked at them enough to like know how to do market work and stuff like that.
He's
his father had to trade.
intelligente with the maps.
Hmm?
He's intelligente with the maps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you look at the map I've put in Discord, that circle in the bottom left, that's where you started. You went north, ran into that wall, then you started feeling out the walls, went south, and you see that break right there, a little bit above the starting circle. That's where you've gone, and you're in this hallway now. Ketud following the left side of this hallway heading north. You've come up to the point where it slants and comes to a point. Nephylia was told to stop at the point where it slants and goes to unknown destinations.
Okay, gotcha. I see what's happening here.
Okay, so
So he
where
spawned
I'm
right-
at is the only. It's technically the only egress. It's the only place forward that we've discovered right now, correct?
That you know of, yes. Ketud, if you continued following that slant, you would have seen that it comes to a point.
Right, and then I would, with my hand still on the wall, I would have eventually gone back to where Nephylia is.
Yes.
And concurred that. Okay, so yeah. In that case, that's the way I want to go. And I want to tell Nephylia to wait. I'll confirm that there's no other divots or other ways to go. I'll get to where she is, along with the other group, and then we can turn to the left and keep on going up that way.
Cool. All right, we got this. We moving. But before we move, Nephylia, were you standing still there while Ketud traced out the rest of the hall? Okay.
Oh, no.
As you stand there idly, waiting for Ketud to finish tracing his portion of the hole, you feel a sharp pain in your thigh. You turn and you look and you see that Alastor's reflection has stabbed your own directly in the thigh. Blood drips from the dagger, drips from your reflection's leg, drips from yours.
I'm gonna irritably turn around towards Alastor and Bella and say, "Can you figure out something to do with them? Literally anything?"
That's 2 points of piercing damage, by the way.
Oof.
So, Ketud, you do get to the opening.
And Ketud continues on his merry path with his left hand firmly anchored against the wall.
Alrighty. And as you guys... I assume you guys continue on, yes?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys continue on, you notice as the mirrored walls start giving way to worked stone bricks covered in ivy, because screw mirror mazes. That was a really bad idea. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, folks. We're just straight up. Yeah, here we go, pilot.
Gipology.
So now you guys get a regular mace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The problem hasn't been dealt with. Those shadows, those reflections will be coming back later.
Yes, actually, as you continue on and the stone brick walls take the places of the mirrors, I think you would look back at the reflections with a smug grin like, hey, yeah, what now? You watch as your reflections walk onto the stone, and instead of a reflection, they are shadows.
Alastor, you have control of your shadow, right?
I'll attempt to take control of the shadow, since it is no longer a reflection.
It does not seem to respond to your commands.
Can you fight it with your shadow?
This
Can you fight it with your shadow?
Alastor has no other shadow. Nor do you, for that matter.
Oh, no.
Look, I'm going to make the maze a little bit easier, but, like, you still got the hazards to deal with.
No, I know. I was hoping we could at least fight him.
I'm real tempted to just give this shadow an ultimatum, and it's a bad idea.
Ketud is still merrily walking along the wall with his hand on some very rough bricks, it seems, but I mean, he's got some rough hands too. It's fine for him.
I have a question.
What's up?
In regards to form of a maze, is there a roof to the maze?
Looking up, it doesn't look like there's a roof.
Okay. Does the maze go?
Do what now?
How high up?
How
does the maze
high
go?
up do the walls of the maze go?
Looking up, maybe about 15, 20 feet.
Do it.
Not yet. I'm gonna look over at Bella and say, Bella, can you try to scale the wall?
Bella's gonna scamper up the wall as best she can.
Using the ivy that covers these stone bricks, it's very easy to climb. You get up near the top, but as you go to climb forward, you find that, while you cannot see it, there is a ceiling.
There's something up here I can't get past.
That's what I was afraid of. All right.
Bella's going to very gingerly climb down so that she does not fall.
Thanks for trying, Bella.
And I'm hoping that you guys are still walking as this is going on so that we don't get stabbed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Ketud's been going
definitely.
for a while now.
We're not stopping. We're moving.
Okay,
Cool.
we're moving.
Being able... This is a really easy maze if you can see the walls. So... Because it's not all windy, it's not a labyrinth, it's just... breaks in the wall in weird places, so if you don't know they're there, you walk past them. Look, it's a mirror maze. It was supposed to be a mirror maze, and that was a really bad idea that I'm never doing again.
Left-hand labyrinth strat.
Yeah, so hang on. Give you guys another picture of what's going on here.
Oh, sweet, yeah. Yes, excellent, excellent. More info. Man, I'm still drawing a map right now on my thing. Anyway, I'm still doing it. Just so that way I can have it for future reference.
All right, there you go.
Is that the... Okay.
Look, the challenge was it's a mirror maze, not I can't find my way back maze.
Well, thank you for this lore.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Amanda. Do you know mirror mazes in D&D are a really stupid idea? Yeah. It's never let me do that.
Ketud will continue to have his hand on the wall.
Okay, cool.
But now that he sees now that the wall is turned to stone, he moves a little bit quicker pace because he can see what's in front of him.
Yeah, I got you. As you guys are moving, the footsteps stop. And everything is so quiet. Everything is still. There's not a sound, save for the ones you make. I need perception checks.
Being a Pathfinder nerd and putting stuff into perception.
Man, it went to a 19, then rolled over to a 9.
Oof. I'm sorry, man.
Rolled a natural 20.
I got an 18.
All right. Nephylia, what'd you get?
16.
Cool. So, Nephylia, Alastor, Bella, Ketud, you're much too focused on finding the next turn in the maze. Everybody else, you notice against a wall as you're passing it, there's a black dot, almost like a shadow. It's not being cast by anything at all, and it's growing. It's growing quite quickly.
Ketud is still obliviously walking, by the way. He doesn't know where this thing is, so if it's on his hand, like in front of him, this is on you guys.
No, Ketud, if you're still walking forward, you pass it.
Oh, cool. Well, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm past it.
Yeah, you're fine. It's not even a concern.
There's no shadows behind me either. Man,
Yeah.
Ketud's doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, you moving. You're like the 5-year-old at the restaurant that got a maze and some crayons. You're having a good time.
He's gonna turn around and just look at the other guys and be like, "Come on, guys, we gotta get out of here."
Yeah,
Still walking.
get out.
Yeah.
And Alastor's just gonna just keep backing up as he's watching this thing grow. He's not liking that.
Bella's gonna run past it. Fast as she can.
All right. And as you decide it's time to go, and I think Ketud, as you're like, all right, now we move. And does anybody look back at it?
Alastor's keeping his eyes on it. He's basically walking backwards at this point.
You watch as a skeletal hand, 3 times the size of a man's hand, extends from that bulky shadow on the wall. It grabs the wall.
No, as soon as he sees skeletal, he's gonna start screaming, Bella!
Belle's gonna turn.
Bella, you turn and look, and you see a massive skeletal hand. It's grabbed the wall, and it looks like it's pulling itself out of the wall. You see two horns start to protrude from the bricks.
I don't remember there being Goliaths or Minotaurs. Run!
Yeah, I think everybody's booking it at this point.
He's like, Bella sprint past him and hears this, and he's going to turn around and just, think to himself, that's why. Well, Minotaurs are pretty common with mazes. All right, I think I might as well run too. Could be a labyrinth without a Minotaur.
I'm not
get
even sure
behind
that's a
guys.
Minotaur. It's
Got skeleton hands.
Go.
I mean, Ketud doesn't know what it is.
Run! Run!
And behind you, you'll see a picture that I've put in the Discord. You see a skeletal visage, not dissimilar from a bull's head, with two massive horns. It has what appears to be the body of a human, though it is missing all of its flesh. Glowing green eyes fill its eye sockets. It has the legs and cloven feet of a bull. In its hands, a massive axe. And you see it charging forward. It's a skeletal minotaur, guys.
Run!
nope, do not want.
It's only one, then why can't we fight it?
It's huge.
How tall is it?
It is classified as giant. Like it is not a giant, but it is giant sized.
Chef,
Okay.
its hands are 3 times the size of a normal man's.
Or large.
I mean, some
It's
people have
large.
small hands. I mean,
It is a very big creature.
all right, that's noted. Ketud will. If it was, I thought it was like a human size. If it was like a human size skeleton, then maybe. But like what you guys described it, I mean, that's probably a good idea to run. Yeah, you're probably right on that.
It's a beef-free, beefy boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer beefy. He's skeletal.
That's why he's beef-free.
He's big boned.
Yes, he is.
He's a vegan skeleton.
And he's charging towards you. I need initiative.
Initiative with this thing.
Wait, what was that? It's charging toward you. Initiative.
It's charging
Yes.
towards the party. I need initiative. Because
Okay, cool.
not all of you are faster than it.
Yeah, I can only run a 25.
15.
You guys are just sprinting without me. Thank God I was ahead of y'all. I might not be left behind entirely, but ain't no way I'm running after this thing. Which is my initiative?
Bella, Ketud, what'd you get?
I'm looking. Frickle, frackle. Where's my automatic? What does initiative fall under?
It's a dexterity check.
Okay, so then I got 13. Thank you.
Wait, I'm stupid. I didn't add my stupid 6.
Oh, yeah, 6.
It was
you
just
say?
like doesn't matter. I'm still like last in initiative order.
Alastor, you've just seen this thing pull itself from a shadow on the wall. It's charging. What are you doing?
Running and throwing fire bolts.
All right. You begin running as quickly as you can. sparks of flame shoot out from your palms. Do they hit?
I did not catch that last.
Do they hit?
Let me see. I add spell attack bonus to the roll, right?
Yes, spell attack bonus plus whatever shows on the face die, the die's face.
Okay,
And
then that's a 16.
Your face dies.
yes, your face does die. And the fire that has shot from your palm strikes the Minotaur in the chest, singeing the bone. How hard did that hit?
I'm sorry, give me a minute. Which one's that? Ah, I think it's this one. It's this one. It's gonna take a total of 1 damage.
You watch as most of your firebolt moves through the rib cage, but the few bits of the rib that it hit, it singed it real good.
Okay. That's good.
The Minotaur charges forward as quickly as it can. Real quick, what's our marching order?
Ash, Nephylia, then me, and then Bella.
All right. So, Alastor, you had initiative. You used your movement speed, your full movement speed, to move forward in the maze. So, I think you take priority in that order, but that leaves Bella in the back.
Oh wait, you meant marching order, like marching?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, well then I think it would have actually had been. It would have been Bella in the front because Bella probably would have right. And then Ash, I thought Ash and Nephylia were still backing up from it as I saw the black ooze coming. So either they would be around, they would be around my position, I think.
All right.
They have been right behind Ketud, like back to back, essentially.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, Alastor, you've had your turn, you've moved away, which means the nearest targets, Nephylia, Ketud. He's going to choose at random. In other words, I'm going to roll a die to see who he's going to go for. You watch as this creature, this undead abomination, charges forward, its horns splayed out in front of it, charging towards you, Mr. Ketud.
Since I'm wearing armor now, yeah. Or do it. I mean, if I came from the dragon wearing all my stuff, I was wearing a leather chest plate. Do I need?
Yeah, you've got your leather chest plate on. Add that to your AC.
Okay. Let me. Oh, I got Minecraft on by accident. 5E. Dang it, not. Stop giving me Minecraft crap.
Do you want me to look it up for you real quick on D&D Beyond?
I just want to know it counts as.
I believe it's 13 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, then in that case, my new AC is going to be 13 plus dexterity is going to be 16 now.
And as the creature charges forward, its horns splayed in front of him, you feel a sharp pain as those sharp horns pierce your shoulder. With such speed, you can't help but be knocked back. I need a strength saving throw.
12.
This creature, it pierces your shoulder with its horn, flicks its head, and you are knocked back onto your feet, 10 feet away, and on your back. You are prone. As well, you take 17 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
That's 48 plus 4.
Gotcha. Okay, Ketud is hurt.
Next up, Nephylia.
Hi.
You've just watched Ketud. He's been thrown by this creature. What are you doing?
From where they ended up, am I behind them now?
Yes, Ketud is 10 feet away from you and the Minotaur on his back.
So I'm behind the Minotaur as well, then.
Adjacent to the Minotaur.
Okay. I have a very vocal dog. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You're right.
Big dumb moment. What?
What is what?
Necrotic damage?
Necrotic damage. It's a type of damage that can be dealt. Well, that is necrotic. So you've got bludgeoning damage, you smash something. Piercing damage, you've pierced something. Slashing damage, you've slashed something. Necrotic damage, you're eating away at the life force of something.
So not very useful, probably, with an undead Minotaur. At least, in my opinion. I will... I'm gonna try and... from Ketud. I am,
What are you doing?
I'm gonna use Fury of Blows.
Alrighty.
My first initial attack, I'd like to use my quarterstaff, and then I'd use my Fury of Blows for my 2 unarmed
Alrighty.
attacks.
Roll to hit.
That is... That is a 17.
And with your quarterstaff, you strike the Minotaur in the spine. How hard did you hit it?
5 bludgeoning.
5 bludgeoning? As you
Yes.
strike the spine, some of the bones crack. You watch as dust starts to fly away, and the Minotaur loses its balance for a moment. You get the feeling that that hurt quite a lot more than it otherwise would have.
sorry. My other one's right.
Do what now?
For my unarmed attacks, I rolled a hit individually for those two, right?
Yes.
20.
20 hits. What about the other one?
Holy shit. Okay, 24.
24. Alrighty. And after you've struck the creature in the back with your fists, you start hammering away at the legs of this creature. How hard do you hit with each strike?
2 and a 2, but then it's +3 for bludgeoning, so all day.
The creature's leg begins to crack, and he loses his balance for a moment. The creature looks wounded. Is there anything else you should like to do?
I am just going to make sure I am in between Ketud, or at least that I have it. If I have its full attention, I won't move. I'll continue to stand my ground, but if it's still facing Ketud, I'm going to stand in between them.
Alrighty. You step in between the Minotaur and Mr. Ketud. Next up, Mr. Ketud. You've just been struck by this Minotaur. It charged towards you, gored you, and threw you across the maze. You've been badly injured, yet you still live. You watched as Nephylia went to town on the creature. You could hear a sickening crack of bones with every strike that she took. What are you doing?
So, does the does the you know what happened now with the spells or no? If I were to call upon them, I don't know how you want to play that out since I'm talking to Zariel now.
I answered that in the text chat on Discord.
All right. I think that's a yes. I don't know if that is
Yes,
a yes.
that is a yes.
Okay. Here, let me ask you this, Asa. This is would you classify how would you classify this monster we're dealing with? It has the shape of a humanoid, yes, even though it has like the horns of a minotaur. It is humanoid in that regard.
It is humanoid-like. It is very clearly an undead creature. It has the skull of a bull with 2 massive horns. Legs not dissimilar from that of a bull as well, with 2 cloven hooves. Yet it has the body and hands of a man.
Okay. Just Ketud's going to go ahead and cast 2 spells in that case. He is He's going to start casting the spell and feel something different in him, and then realize that his patron is doing work again. So he is going to cast the spell called Hold a Person on the Minotaur.
As the Dungeon Master casually brings that spell up. as his spell app slowly loads. Real quick, I want you to give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Natural 1, rerolling. That is
I'm sorry, what was that?
a 9. Wouldn't it be a would it still be a charismatic spell though, or no? Since I'm warlock.
As a warlock, everything is based off of your charisma, which means that your spell modifier should be charisma. However, what I'm asking for isn't necessarily attached to the spell itself.
Okay. Yeah, it was a 9 for mine intelligence check on that case.
Alrighty. You begin to cast the spell. You feel the energy inside of you. It's coursing through you, and from your hands, a spark flies forward. You watch as that spark lands upon the Minotaur, and seemingly has no effect. So, humanoids are different from undead. I could have a skeleton of a human, but the skeleton is not a humanoid. The intelligence check, if you got a 10 or higher, I was going to tell you that.
Gotcha. Okay. Trap. All right. Where is my? Freckle. That's fine. Ketu will back up then. I think it takes like half his movement in order to get up from prone. So he has only, let's see, 25 feet. He has about like 12 and a half feet of movement speed. So he's going to go ahead and move backwards. And because that didn't work out, he's going to cast his other concentration spell that he had on backup in case that didn't work out, called Hex. And, Hex is a bonus action spell.
Real quick. This rule is awful, and I hate it, but it makes sense for game balance. You can cast two spells.
You're glitching out, what?
So this rule is awful, and I hate it, but it makes sense for balancing the game. You can cast two spells in a single turn. One has to be an action, the other a bonus action, but one of those two has to be a cantrip. Hex, as I recall, is a level 1 spell.
Yes.
So if you cast another spell, it would have to be a cantrip that is also a bonus action.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Again, I'm sorry. I hate that rule, but it makes sense for balancing the game.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's fine. Okay. Ketu will just go backward, and I guess that's all he can do. He doesn't have any other actions or any bonus. Say, would it cost a bonus action to take out a potion from his bag and not open it because it takes an action to actually drink it?
I'll say that you can use your bonus action to real quick grab your healing potion.
Okay, yeah, I'll just end my turn on that.
All right. Bella.
All I just heard was Bella.
And that was it.
What's up?
Okay. So Bella is going to turn and attack the Minotaur. She's going to use feline agility, so she doubles her move speed. She is going to make an attack against the creature. Real quick. That's a natural 20.
All right.
All right. I also gained sneak attack from this since Nephi is engaged in combat with this, so I add a 2d6 to that. Can you hear me, Post?
I can hear you.
Okay. So that is 8 plus 7. So let me quick maths. 15.
15 critical
7.
damage,
Yeah, it is
30.
15. 30. Okay, and then she attacks a second time using her bonus action. Which is a 14 plus 5, so a 9. Yay or nay for a hit?
A 9 does not strike.
19.
19. 19 hits.
14 plus 5. Okay, so an extra, it's 3 plus 3, so 6 damage, so 36 damage total.
All right. Bella
And then once she attacks, she retreats.
Bella charges forward, taking advantage of the weak points that Nephylia has created. Having heard the cracks in the bone and seen the Minotaur lose its balance, Bella moves with some amount of haste, taking out the leg of the Minotaur, driving it to the ground. She then runs her dagger through the skull, and the green fire in the eyes goes out as the Minotaur had exactly 36 health points left.
Hey! Just kind of pulls it out, pirouettes away. Or not pirouettes, but backhand springs away.
Yeah.
No, I like pirouettes away.
Sorry, back walkovers away. If anybody knows what a back walkover is.
Ooh, we getting fancy.
Yes.
And the Minotaur is defeated. Real quick. Nephylia, you noticed how I mentioned that it seemed to hurt the creature a bit more whenever you did attack with your fists or with your staff?
Mm-hmm.
So the Minotaur is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, which means you were dealing double damage the entire time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I recognize that, but I also recognize the fact that I can't deal bull.
Yeah.
So, I have a question. Was I right to avoid the spell that I have, or the ability I have that would have made it necrotic damage?
That wouldn't have done as much damage, but it wasn't resistant to it, so it would have just done regular damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
I'm gonna
I'll take
real
it.
quick say this right now. All of my DMs have in the past have made skeletons and zombies immune to necrotic damage. Thank you for not.
Oh,
Thank you for
okay.
not. Very helpful to know.
You see, my reasoning there is I could make them immune or resistant, and it would in a way make sense, but the way I look at necrotic damage is it's feeding off of the life force of something, not off of the flesh of something. So something is keeping that entity alive. There's some sort of spell work, some sort of spirit, and that is what the necrotic spell is attacking.
Okay. Yeah. We've always just run it a different way, and I'm really thankful that you brought it up, Seamus, and so that we can and thank you for you to also bring it up, Bean, so that we can know in the future.
Yeah. Woo.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning beans.
Beans. Let's get out of this maze.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Please.
All right. And so, everybody continues on?
Yes.
Ketu wants to drink his one of his 2 potions that he has in his knapsack, and then I'll continue on.
Alrighty, go ahead and heal for the potion amount.
Hey, I got a question actually too. Where the Minotaur busted through, did you create a hole in this? I guess in this maze.
As a matter of fact, he did not. If you were to go over and inspect the hole, or where he came through, you find that the wall is quite solid and intact, with vines that appear to have been growing there for quite some time.
He crawled out of a shadow.
Yeah.
Would have asked this during combat. I use a cantrip, so didn't need to know. Are spell slots back to full from like?
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Just assume after the dragon fight, you basically had a long rest. Everything was topped off.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. It's my bad.
you. It's okay. Just I'm really the one who has to worry about it the most.
Nah, you good. So yeah.
Ketud now has only one potion within his inventory, and the potion that he drank gave him 7 points of health, so now he's at 17 HP all day.
Very nice. Don't forget to mark that you also have an empty potion bottle.
Oh.
Unless you want to chuck it.
No, I suppose I'll keep it. I don't know what.
Alrighty. And so, with Ketud feeling a little better, still not great, but a little better, our intrepid heroes continue on this terribly, terribly simple maze. It's almost as if it was designed to be a mirror maze, but changed midway through. Don't know why that would happen. And our heroes reach the end. At the end of the maze, the wall opens up, and the amber grain starts to trickle off and give way to grass. And on the other side is a familiar figure to you, Bella. He has his back to you, but it's an unmistakable shadow that man casts. He has his sword in his hand, a shield in the other. You hear a silver bell chime in your bag. And this is where we will continue next week.
No, you cut off! Please, no!
That's it. That's where we continue next week.
Oh.
Well played, everybody.
Dun, dun.
Yay.
Thank you all so much for tuning in, whether you've been here from the beginning or you've just tuned in the past 30 minutes. I appreciate you being here for our adventures. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you again next week for more of our continuing stories of the Forsaken Souls. And perhaps, very soon, we'll learn what's really going on, because it's all just an illusion, isn't it? Until then, I wish you all the very best. And, if you're truly out there, good luck. Say goodnight, everybody.
Uh,
Good night.